I'm Angela Haythorpe, and I lead the San Jose, California location of Youth with a Mission, also known as YWAM. YWAM is a global missions movement that began in 1960 with the vision to see young people released into the Great Commission. The overall mission being to know God and make Him known. This came from the command that Jesus gave His disciples when His very first words to them were, "Come and follow me," and His very last words to them were, "Go and preach the good news to all creation." So in YWAM, one of the ways we do this is we have a 6-month program called the Discipleship Training School, also known as the DTS. The first half we spend learning more about God through subjects like hearing the voice of God, biblical worldview, and Father Heart of God. During the second half, we go on a field assignment, which we call Outreach, where we engage locally across the San Francisco Bay Area and go on a cross-cultural overseas experience. In both placements, the students are exercising their growing faith muscles as they step out of their comfort zones, and they encourage and empower ministries that are on the ground and get to share about the love of Jesus not only in word but in action. So here's a recent story from a student.
So one of the days of outreach this year, we as a team decided to walk around the neighborhood and pray for some of the schools that are in our area. And one of them was a Catholic school, which was down the street from where we lived. We were looking for the entrance into the school, and during that time, we ran across a group of people who were working in Martha's kitchen, and they were outside in the parking lot. And so I went up to one of the ladies, whose name was Sharon, and I asked her if she could give us information as to how to get into the office of the school. In the process of talking to her, we were also able to share with her about the fact that we were going through a discipleship training school and going around and praying for people in the neighborhood. So we asked her if anybody there was in need of some prayer, and she said that she was. And so I introduced myself, and I said, "Sharon, my name's Barbara." And as I shared this with her, my heart was just really touched by what took place after. She ran off very, very emotional, and I didn't know what was going on. So I went over to her, and I said, "Sharon, what's the matter?" And she said, "My sister's name was Barbara, and she just died a couple of days ago." So she was going through this very heart-wrenching time. And I wrapped my arms around her, and I just held her tight. And both of us, of course, were in tears by this time. And so I prayed with her and asked that the Lord would just comfort her, bring the right people in her path to be able to walk through this process of setting up the funeral for her sister. And I left that situation realizing for the first time how God could take just a simple request of asking for directions and turn it into something that He wanted to do in a person's life.